Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another transformation video. Now, if you guys have seen my last one, which was the e-girl, you know, I'm starting out with my base already on. I've put concealer and foundation on. I've used the Makeup Evolution concealer and the new e.l.f. foundation because I wanted to test it out. So as you guys might be able to tell by the title, we are going to be doing a Fairycore look today. Now, this is going to lean more towards dark / grunge Fairycore rather than normal Fairycore. We'll dive into those sort of words in a moment and about what I mean when I say dark Fairycore rather than normal Fairycore. So let us get into it. I got a lot of stuff ready for today. I've had to do a lot of different things, but I'm ready to finally film this, so let's go. So starting out with my makeup, from what I can tell, it tends to be quite natural. And because I haven't quite decided on the colours that I'm going to be wearing, I'm going to go for like a brown smoky eye, as I think that'll be fairly a fairly good place to start, so let's just crack on. Okay, so Fairycore is a fairly recent aesthetic that's come about in terms of modern interpretations. Fairycore, from what I can tell, was started in 2020, so only last year. Last year was still a rise of a lot of different aesthetics, so it's still really young. And it was really hard to find information out there about the style that I'm going to be doing today, which is dark Fairycore. I looked around the internet for some information and there doesn't seem to be any written blogs or posts or even very many videos about this style. There's like hauls and stuff, but no one really sits down and talks about what it actually is, so the research for this was really quite difficult. So my main sources for today are going to be Fairycore posts, which are closely related to dark Fairycore, and also TikTok and Tumblr and Pinterest. So Fairycore, I'm going to be referencing the aesthetic wiki on this. Fairycore, known as fairy wave or Fairycore, is an aesthetic surrounding the theme of nature, soft pastel, butterflies, magic flowers, soft animals like bunnies, and the vibe of springtime. Now, from what I can tell, dark Fairycore is pretty much the same thing but more focused on earth tones and the vibes and the aesthetic of autumn, which makes sense. It looks like it has close relations to cottagecore and goblincore, which we can definitely do at some point. Goblincore focuses more on ugly things, to put it lightly, so dead things, mushrooms, that kind of stuff that people don't normally associate with Fairycore. So I think dark Fairycore and goblincore are very closely related. For me, goblincore appears to be much more wintry, whereas Fairycore is more autumn. And the visuals are swamps, the forest, trees, fields, grass, mushroom, fairy rings, river, stream, creek, flowers, nature paths, wooden things, overgrown buildings, gardens, cabins, butterflies, picnics, throw blankets, and gilm. So, to me, dark Fairycore looks really reminiscent of pagan styles, so I think that might be where it gets its relation from. Now, within the pagan religions, there are also people who dress in a pagan fashion, and it looks very much like that, and also hippie and boohoo chic. If you've ever been to Camden, you know those hoodies that have like the rips in them. I'll probably put a photo up now. I've seen loads of them in these like Fairycore inspired outfits, and it just really reminds me of like the hippie pagan stalls at Camden Market, and I think that is where this style largely gets its inspiration from. Admittedly, it may be that it is just the same thing but repackaged under a different name. I know a variety of people on WitchTok dress like this, so it could definitely be that that's where it originally came from. But it also appears very folk-like and very Y2K. A lot of the dark Fairycore and Fairycore inspirations appear very Y2K. Now, if anyone remembers that Bratz movie with the fairies, some of the outfits look like they just pulled them straight out of that Bratz movie, which wouldn't be surprising considering the rise in Y2K fashions recently. And also they focus on more natural things like nature, Definitely interesting as recently we've seen a rise in eco-friendly items and zero waste and sustainability, and there also seems to be quite a large focus on thrifting, which I love. Get that eco-friendly, sustainable life. So yeah, for me it's really reminiscent of that, and I think I've seen people dressing in this style at various alternative markets before the whole rise of Fairycore. So it is most definitely likely that this style has always been around, but it's now recently come up with a name. So for the fashion, it's bows, ribbons, laces, dresses, sheer fabrics, glowing makeup, open-toed shoes, slippers, hair worn down or in loose hairstyles like messy buns and quick braids, pastel, nail polish all, and then jewellery like gold necklaces, opal, moonstone, all that kind of stuff. Now for the dark Fairycore, I think we can take this and change out the pastel for like the dark colours, the shimmery, glittery and glowy, I think that still exists, and also like the hair being more rugged and more natural looking. Now I painted my nails today, I painted them in a green shimmer and then had a bath, so they're already kind of messed up. So I'm really trying to lean into this as much as I can. And in dark Fairycore there always seems to be a little bit of blush going on, so I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to try and make it not look like goth makeup and really try and make it look like dark Fairycore or Goblincore. There all seems to be quite a prominence of elf ears, both in Fairycore and dark Fairycore and Goblincore. So I actually made myself some wire wrapped fairy ears. Now I have actually had some that I bought somewhere last year and then I broke them, but they look really dainty and they look a little bit too dainty for the kind of darker look, so I decided to make my own, and if you ever want to see a video on how I do that, I can 100% follow through. Now in terms of music, it seems to be like folk music, sea shanties, drink songs, pagan music, so that's definitely something to look into. When I was a bit younger, I used to be really heavily into pagan music, still love it to pieces, and in these recent sort of styles we notice a rise in hobbies that are associated with it. So for this one it's going to be going for walks, picking berries, pressing flowers, making flower crowns, gardening, embroidery, sewing or knitting and crochet, reading, writing and drawing. So when you think of fairies, that kind of stuff, and I actually did do some crocheting, I think that cottagecore has a lot to do with this as well. A lot of cottagecore is very similar styles. So for today's outfit, which we'll get into in just a moment, I had to borrow some clothing from my mum. In actual fact, she actually gave me these clothes because she's going to donate them. So I said, just let me have them and I'll sell them or I'll donate them, I'll do whatever with them after I've used them for a video. Now I've had them for a while, to be honest, and I keep on meaning just to do it. Today is the day. I've got like a long, flowy brown dress with a really nice detailing, which I think will work because it's brown. She was giving me a bunch of skirts, and I was going to use them, but I think I might save them for my Goblincore video. And a lot of her clothing is thrifted from charity shops, so we're really leaning into that whole thrifting thing with this video today. Now if I could actually go out, I would have gone and thrifted items for this video, but unfortunately a certain pandemic has prevented me from going out and doing that, so it's going to have to work with what we've got. Now I've got a couple of different colour schemes that I could potentially do. I've got red, blue and brown, but I think I'm going to go for brown. And I was going to go full green, but obviously my hair is red and black, and I did actually debate buying some root touch-up spray to sort of like even out that, then it's going to be there for ages, so we're just going to go with the red hair. I actually think it might work quite well for this look. Look who it is! It's Lucifer! What are you doing, baby? I put her collar on her because she likes to run under our feet when we're walking down the corridor. It's nice to hear when she's coming. So for eyeliner, I'm just going to do like a brown line across my eyelid line, just to kind of imitate like a nice smoky line. I don't actually have any brown eyeliner, so I'm going to use eyeshadow for that, and then we'll come back and then we'll do the rest of it. Okay, so now like a loose eyeliner situation, I'm going to put my lashes on. Now I've got these really nice wispy ones, and I've also got these ones which are lash fillers, but I'm going to use them on my bottom lash line. So whack these on. I haven't used these on before, so it could be interesting to see how they look. I actually bought these specifically for this video, so let's go put these on. Using a fluffy brush, I'm just gonna sweep brown eyeshadow onto the lashes, because I really wish I had brown lashes for this, but we're gonna have to work with what we got. So for my eyebrows, I went like a really thin, wispy sort of look, so I think that's gonna work. Lipstick, I'm going to go for this natural brown, because we wear it loads of times. It's from Makeup Revolution Pro, and it is the Potense Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment in Potense. Alright, so now on to my hair. I brought out my curling wand so I can curl it. I'm going to do a loose curl and then some braids. But I need to get a hairbrush and some heat protectant spray, and then we can come back and we can curl the hair. I can't find my heat protectant spray, so we're just going to go in. I know you're not meant to do it like that, but we are. Alright, so I've done like a loose curl on my hair. Now my whole head isn't curled, but enough is curled for what we're going to need to do. So let me just... Then I've also got some wool and some pendants that I'm going to stick in my hair. I do believe this initially, like originally comes from the Roma people. Alright, so I've got my hair done. I put different braids in with different textures, and I think that kind of works for this look. I'm going to go get dressed real quick and then we'll come back for the outfit. I'm going to go do the outfit in the other room because then we can actually see it better. Oh, also, here are the ears that I made. So it kind of sits, let me just separate my hair. So it kind of just sits on your ear like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Alright, I'll go get dressed, then we can do the outfit and stuff. So, but this is the dress. This is the dress for my mum. It's got this really pretty crochet and like sequin details around the neckline. I paired it with a neon green fishnets that turned into a fishnet top, and then some crystal bracelets that I made. Only one wrist cuff because I actually don't know where the other one is right now, but I made this as well. Necklaces, we got citrine necklaces. Well, this is actually amethyst that's been heated, but then I've got an amethyst necklace, this rune one that my boyfriend gave me, and a tiger's eye one that I do sell. Hello Lucifer. And then obviously we've got our little wire ears. So that was the outfit, I hope you liked it. Alright guys, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the transformation. I love how this turned out. I feel really, really cute. I love the hair. I love my little ear cuffs and the dress and everything. Just say I normally wear black, I'm actually really surprised that I actually like this outfit this much. I think if I hadn't have gone goth, I probably would have started dressing in this style. I might actually keep this dress in my wardrobe because I really love how it looks. I think I look awesome. So yes, if you guys enjoyed this video, just give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below if you think this looks fairycore, dark fairycore, whatever, because I'd be interested to know. I think it does. Personally, I think it does. I think it's pretty close. I'm going to do some fairy things like watering my houseplants and getting ready to go back to work. I'm very excited. But guys, that was it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, try to give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if I should do any other transformations and any recommendations you may have. That's it from me guys. Stay safe, stay dark. A huge thank you to our channel members that includes Joy, Shine for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!